On October 24th, the European Parliament Environment Committee voted on the proposal for a regulation and packaging waste for the so-called PPWR. The result of this vote was reported by many newspapers, including with provocative headlines highlighting a clear victory for a green ideology. It's necessary to make some clarification. First of all, this is certainly an important vote, but it's not the final one. The PPWR has not been approved. This is one of the steps in the legislative process. Second very important thing is that it is true that the vote on the final document had a significant majority, there were still points of divergence in the majority. And on fundamental pieces such as Article 22, which provides for the ban of entire categories of packaging for fruit and vegetables and for collective catering, and Article 26 on reuse obligations for collective catering, the margin of vote in favor was very limited, which with a majority of just 4 votes out of 84 total. These results demonstrate a strong split within the Environment Committee itself. A rift may be caused by the fears that are emerging regarding the enormous repercussions that this regulation would have on the industry and on the economy in general, but also on the consumers and the consumption needs dictated by modern life. I would also go so far as to say that this proposal would also have a negative consequence on democratic access to healthy and safe food. Even on the fundamental aspect of the overall environmental impact of this measure, there are no real certainties, not even in those who propose the measure. Proof of this is that the European Commission has asked to deep dive the impact assessment to the GRC Research Center, which, by the way, is not a third-party body, but an emanation of the Commission itself. And these insights are far from being completed. Next step now is to the plenary assembly, where the vote is scheduled for November 22nd. In these coming weeks, it's essential that the ideological approach gives place to greater attention to the real needs of the European citizens, in compliance with true sustainability, which, to be defined as such, must be environmental, but also economical and social. The Industry and Agriculture Committees of the European Parliament had already taken these steps by voting with a majority of more than 80% on an alternative document which provides for the cancellation of the most controversial parts of Article 22 and 26. But this proposal was not taken into account. We will work with all stakeholders to bring back the common sense points of this proposal. Finally, on the legislative process, the Council of the European Union still has to express its opinion. A council which, as we know, brings together all the national governments. We hope that in this phase, enough countries will help to protect not only plastic packaging, which in Europe today is correctly produced, used and disposed of, but above all, the quality and value of products such as fruit and vegetables, the effectiveness and cost-effectiveness of mass catering systems, the consumer safety, and lastly, but not least, the protection of thousands of jobs.